does this work for you?
Oh, I like this, yeah.
Okay, good. Will you marry me?
No. Say it like you mean it.
The Proposal is the film that shows a very much predictable story. However, as it draws closer, it is so cheerfully done. You don't mind watching it until the end. Thank you for choosing this film, guys. The Proposal remains one of the most loved comedy movies and definitely is worth watching.
The People's Choice for favorite comedy movie is The Proposal.
Sandra Bullock plays a big boss, a chief editor named Margaret. And Ryan Reynolds plays her executive assistant named Andrew, who's been working for Margaret for the past 3 years.
Is that your family?
Yes.
They tell you to quit?
Every single day.
The film has a well-rounded humor, amazing actors, and a great romantic story that is perfect for a movie evening, especially with someone you love. But it also has a great number of English idioms that we are going to learn today, along with the vocabulary of the intermediate and upper intermediate levels, for you to be able to watch this film in English easy and without subtitles, understand the jokes, and remember the useful phrases and expressions. That is why there is a little exercise about the usage and meaning of idioms in the end of the video. Idioms highlight your English level and definitely increase your score in the exams. You sound more natural, like a native speaker. And on top of that, idioms can describe something a lot better than simple words. That's why it's important to know what they mean and be confident to use them. Ready? So let's start and have fun together.
Sweetie, honey, some proposals change you.
Margaret is a very strict and demanding boss, nicknamed as a witch, and as it turns out, has a current problem.
Margaret, your visa application is denied. You're being deported.
Deported?
It's on hold. She needs speaking right away.
I know.
But I told you you were otherwise engaged. She insisted so.
He uses an expression, otherwise engaged, that gives Margaret a so-called brilliant idea to get married to avoid being deported. The word engaged has two meanings that are completely different. The first one is to officially agree to marry someone. So to be engaged is to accept the proposal to marry. And another meaning is to be occupied, to be involved in something. For example, I have been engaged in a very long discussion, or my friends are engaged on a project research. By these examples, you see that it is used with the prepositions in and on. Be engaged in something, be engaged on something. And it's used in the phrase otherwise engaged. That means to be currently busy, usually doing something else. For example, thank you for inviting me, but I'm afraid I'm otherwise engaged and won't be able to come. It is a much more polite way to say, sorry, I'm busy. This is the type of the vocabulary usually used at work, official letters, and emails.
I understand the predicament that we are in. And,
Who is getting married?
you and I are getting married.
Predicament, a difficult and unpleasant situation that is hard to solve, in which you have to make a choice and do not know what to do.
I'm not gonna marry you.
Sure you are. Bob is going to fire you the second I'm gone.
Without her, his hard work in that company would be for nothing.
That means all the time that we spent together, all the lattes, all the canceled dates were all for nothing, and all your dreams of being an editor are gone.
For nothing is a phrase of level B2 that means without a good result or with no purpose. For example, I did my best to impress them during the interview, but it was for nothing. They hired someone else.
But don't worry, after the required allotment of time, we'll get a quickie divorce and be done with me.
After a required allotment of time. Why she's not saying after a required amount of time? Amount of time would also be correct to use, but the word allotment has a bit wider meaning. Something that you share with someone, or an amount of something given to you. For example, allotment of choices, allotment of money, funds. It can be allotment of patients, students. So by using the word allotment instead of amount, Margaret means the necessary time that they have to share before they can apply for a divorce.
But until then, like it or not, your wagon is hitched to mine. Okay?
Until then, your wagon is hitched to mine. Hitch the wagon to something or someone is the first idiom out of 8 that we are gonna learn today. It means to rely on someone or something for success, to try to get some benefits by being close to someone or by being connected with someone. So, an example. Be careful about hitching your wagon to this man. He's not trustworthy. Meaning, if you think that a close connection with that man will bring you some benefits, you might be wrong because he cannot be trusted. Another example. Joe got lucky by hitching his wagon to that startup before it was bought. Meaning, Joe relied on the startup success and was right about it. So, if you hitch your wagon to someone successful or something successful, you try to use that person or thing to make yourself more successful. There is also a variation of this idiom, hitch a wagon to a star, which means to aim high, to pursue high goals and get the benefits from it, to partner with someone who is already successful. Margaret and Andrew are going to the immigration department to report the upcoming marriage and file the fiancé visa.
If you just give us our next step, we will be out of your hair and on our way.
Miss Tate, please.
Give us our next step and we will be out of your hair and on our way. Margaret is using 2 idioms in one sentence. The first one, be out of the hair, which means to stop bothering or annoying someone, stop being someone's responsibility. For example, my mom has got the kids out of my hair, so now I can relax for an hour or so. Another idiom, be on my way. If I say I'm on my way, I mean I'm going somewhere. You can say, I'm on my way to work. Give me a kiss and I'll be on my way. Meaning, give me a kiss and I'll leave. I will go somewhere. If we are to paraphrase what Margaret is saying without using idioms, it could sound like that. Tell us what to do next and we'll stop bothering you and leave. So by comparing these 2 sentences, you can see the difference between level B1 and C1.
If your answers don't match up at every point, you will be deported indefinitely, and you, young man, will have committed a felony.
Facing a huge fine and 5 years in federal prison, Andrew blackmails Margaret as well to get a promotion.
We couldn't tell anyone we work with that it would be deeply inappropriate if I were to be promoted to editor.
Editor?
While we were...
He also pays her back for having been treated disrespectfully, most probably, yeah, for all these years.
Sweet. Andrew,
I'm listening.
would you please, cherries on top, marry me?
Will you please, with cherries on top, marry me? She's actually proposing and talking about cherries? If you know the idiom, cherries on top, also cherries on top of the cake, you would understand that it is a sarcastic joke. That is why Andrew says,
Okay, I don't appreciate the sarcasm, but I'll do it. See you at the airport tomorrow.
so what was that joke about? This idiom means to make something that is already good, already nice, amazing, even better or perfect. Obviously, the situation is nothing but a nightmare for Andrew right now, yeah? And a fake marriage doesn't make it better. So, as you see, this idiom can be used as a sarcasm or in its actual meaning. For example, the garden is not the reason we want to buy this house, but it's the cherry on top. Meaning, the house is already amazing and the garden makes it even better. Margaret and Andrew are going to his parents' house, which is in Alaska, for his granny's 90th birthday and to announce their engagement.
Well, thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this weekend.
Oh, you're welcome. We're thrilled to have you.
Be thrilled, level B2, to be extremely happy, very excited and pleased about something.
Andrew, help her with those.
I'd love to. She won't let me do anything. She insists on doing it all herself. She's one of those, she's a feminist. Yeah.
Insist, level B2, to say firmly or demand forcefully, especially when others disagree with you or what you say. Insist on doing something is a phrase with the same meaning that requires a verb with the ending ing. You can also say, I insist that someone does something, in everyday English, but, I insist that someone do something, in formal English. And you can say, I insist you that you should do something.
Come on, sweetie.
Did you see the shoes that broad was wearing?
Broad is a slang term for a woman that is similar to chick. It indicates a female that is not as respectable as a lady.
By calling Margaret a broad, we understand they are not really fond of her at the moment because they know how Margaret has been treating Andrew at work.
Here we are. We're home.
That is your home?
Granny says that they are thrilled, yes, very happy to have Margaret, but the look on her face doesn't say so.
Come on, let's go. My grandma's moving faster than you.
Look how she looked at him after he says, put your back into it.
Put your back into it.
What was that sort of disapproving and criticizing look about? Put your back into it is an idiom as well. This expression means to put a lot of efforts into doing something, especially physical efforts, as quickly or as effective as possible. It sounds more like an order than a request. Whenever you need physical help, you may use this idiom. For example, I need to put this car off the road. Can you help me? Put your back into it and push?
Just never figured you for a guy who slept his way to the middle.
No. She's not my meal ticket, Dad. She's my fiance.
Andrew's father doesn't improve Andrew's choice and also what he's doing for a living. And he's humiliating him even more using the idiom here, but not in its original form. So the expression sounds sleep your way to the top, which means to have a sexual relationship with someone superior at work to get a promotion. So by saying that Andrew slept his way only to the middle, his father means that his son is a failure and could not succeed even by cheating. That is very harsh.
What story?
About how you proposed.
Margaret loves telling the stories.
In order to stop the attitude his family is giving to Margaret, Andrew reveals that she's actually his fiancée.
So I'm just going to let her go ahead and do that. So I think we should just sit in rapture.
Wow, okay.
In rapture, an expression that means extreme pleasure and happiness, or excitement.
Oh my God, what is it?
Just be sure you don't let him outside or the eagles will snatch him.
She's just pulling your leg, isn't she?
She's pulling your leg, isn't she? Clearly no one is taking the dog's leg and actually pulling it, right? It's another idiom that is used in the film, which means to tease someone or joke with someone by saying something that is not true or something that is hard to believe. For example, your friend has bought a very expensive car, which was totally unexpected. So you can say, is it really your car? Or you're just pulling my leg? Meaning, are you joking with me? Are you teasing me? Margaret meets Andrew's ex-girlfriend. She gets more and more into him by getting to know him.
We dated in high school and all through college, but we were kids.
And you guys called it off because of...
Call something off, a phrase, level B2. To decide that something planned should be stopped or not happen. You can also say, cancel.
The night before we graduated school, he proposed. He said he wanted to elope and run away to New York with me.
You said no.
I said no.
Elope with someone, leave your home secretly in order to get married without the permission of your parents.
Oh my God! Why are you wet?
So Margaret was afraid of that little fluffy puppy and ran out of the bathroom.
Did you jump me out of nowhere? What's that?
I didn't mean to jump you. Your dog was attacking me and I had to run and I ran into you.
And he makes fun of Margaret being scared of a little harmless puppy.
See, exactly.
Oh.
See that?
Barely made it out with my life there. See the size of the teeth on that thing?
Barely made it out with my life there. The word barely means hardly, almost not. So he means he almost did not make it, almost did not survive. How to use the word barely? For example, we are barely on speaking terms, which means we hardly talk to each other. We almost do not talk. So we talk only when it is really needed. Another example. I was barely aware of his presence. It's very heavy. I can barely lift it. I mean, I can maybe lift it a bit, but that's it. It's too heavy for me. Andrew and Margaret started getting closer and understanding each other better.
I think it's a terrific idea.
We want to get married here tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
What?
So they offered the couple to get married the next day on Granny's birthday.
Maybe we could head down your way for the holidays this year.
So maybe we could come to you too.
Maybe we could head down your way for the holidays. We know the word head, yes, so this is my head. But as a verb, this word means to go in a particular direction. It's level B2. So instead of saying, I go out of the room, you can say head out of the room or head towards him, head back home, meaning I head to you, I head to your direction.
Well, that would be lovely. I would like that very much.
Oh. Margaret is overwhelmed with the family wedding dress and heirloom by love and warmth of Andrew's family, so she freaks out.
I've been on my own since I was 16 and I forgot what it felt like to have people love you and make you breakfast.
She doesn't want to hurt Andrew or his family with this fake marriage.
Your family loves you. You know that?
I know that.
You know that. And you're still willing to put them through this.
They're not gonna find out.
You know they won't find out.
Because you said so yourself.
Put someone through something, a phrase, to make someone experience something unpleasant or difficult.
Margaret decides to tell the truth and leaves to get ready for the deportation. Andrew realizes he doesn't want her to leave, that he actually loves her. But his father doesn't agree to that, and Granny fakes the heart attack to stop their fight.
You two need to stop fighting. You'll never see eye to eye. But your family.
You'll never see eye to eye. I believe you've guessed already that it's also an idiom and it's level C2. If two people see eye to eye, they agree with each other. For example, my sister and I don't see eye to eye about their vacation plan.
If she didn't love him, she wouldn't have left. Of course not.
Am I the only one not getting this?
Oh, Joe!
The film has a great message for us about the importance of having courage to accept that you are in love with someone, even if you're afraid of rejection, and be brave to tell about your feelings, even if you are not sure it will work. We have learned 8 amazing idioms. They are very useful. They are: hitch someone's wagon to someone or something, be out of someone's hair, cherries on top, put your back into it, slip someone's way to the top, pull someone's leg, be on someone's way, and see eye to eye. You will be given a sentence from the movie scenes with a missing idiom in it. Your task is to choose which idiom is actually missing there. If you need more time, just pause the video. Let's start.
Perhaps I will make you my proposal for Galahad's position. Perhaps I will make you my proposal for Galahad's position, provided, of course, that we can see eye to eye on certain political matters.
District line is the closest. There should be a service door on your left.
Got it. They won't open. They won't open.
Of course it will. Put your back into it.
Why don't you come down here and put your back into it?
Now it's stuck.
I'm just done with my quiz. Wait, I'll grade it right now. I gotta say, watching the police search my house really was the cherry on top of a fantastic year. How much trouble did you get in for telling the truth?
Oh, no, I'll handle that. You two should catch up. Oh no, I should get out of your hair.
Are you kidding? You should stick around. I'm just sorry you came all this way for nothing.
C- to barely graduated high school. Voted most likely to sleep his way to the top. Why would Kim hire him though?
Where have you been, Noah?
I had to get away and think. I'm on my way home now.
Good.
I'm actually here to talk to you.
I'm gonna be on television. I got a call and an application.
Come on, Ma. Who's pulling your leg?
No, I'm telling him.
How do you know that?
Because we're tapped into everything she says and does.
She was cooked the minute she hitched her wagon to Jason Bourne. She aided and abetted an international fugitive.
I truly believe you did great, and now you can use all those idioms in your everyday English practice correctly and with confidence. Kindly hit me the like for the video and write your feedback in the comments. It does help the channel a lot. Thank you for being with me until the very end. See you next Thursday.
You two are engaged again.
Yes.
Yes.
For real.